What is up, y'all?
Before we start this off, it's kind of weird using this little screen. Before we start this off, we're going to obviously talk about the assassination attempt on the president or the ex-president, soon-to-be president.
Of course we are.
But before we even touch on that, there seems to be a lot of something that's been missing in the media, and that's condolences and thoughts and prayers and shit like that for the gentleman that passed away.
Right.
For that firefighter. His name is Corey. I ain't even going to try to fuck up his last name, but he did pass away covering his wife and his two kids. And also the two gentlemen that were injured. One was a James Copenhaver, and not related to Mike. I called him.
Okay, all right.
Although that is his dad's name.
Right, you did say that.
That was fucked up.
Strange. I mean, good, but at the same time, still somebody passed away. You know what I mean?
That, and there was what was the other man's name? It was James Copenhaver, and forgive me. We will look it up later. But yeah, much props out to these people out there, because while everybody's having a little political hissy fit about President Trump, whether he did get shot or didn't get shot, or whether he staged it or somebody else staged it or whatever the fuck, it don't matter. 3 regular motherfucking people got fucking hurt. So, with that, our from Upside Down Studios, our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family and everything. Yeah. So I ain't hearing enough of that shit on the news. I ain't hearing it on any side of the news. So we gonna say it. Another thing, I just, for anybody who's been trying to follow anything in the news,
we actually have another guest that'll be showing up.
Oh yeah,
so that should be exciting.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I think Big Sniz is gonna show up.
Oh okay.
So I don't. What was it? The bullshit that's been going on with these people talking shit about the president. I got my first reactional feeling.
The other guy's name was David Dutch. That's what
David
you said.
Dutch. And David Dutch.
That's the first time I heard his name.
Yeah.
I watched the news the last couple of days.
Well, they ain't been putting their names out.
Yeah,
supposedly they came out 2 days ago, but I ain't heard nothing. I actually had to inquire about it and do a little digging to find out what these gentlemen's names were.
They ain't gonna show that shit.
And they're not from far from here.
Yep.
Shit, we're only 40 minutes away from where the fucking shit happened.
I know my uncle goes out there and pick up cars for a lot there.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
A lot.
But another thing I'd like to address.
Matter of fact, I think that was in the same area where all that shit took off.
I think like a half a mile down the road.
Yeah. Yep.
Another thing I want to address is all these fuck people out here, and I got a lot of people who are my friends that's been doing it too, and that don't make it right. Well, y'all missed and y'all this, y'all that. Look, we don't like Joe Biden. We didn't like fucking Barack motherfucking Obama.
No.
We don't like HRC, to whom she shall not be named. Ain't nobody trying to wish death on nobody. Ain't nobody trying to take him the fuck out. I'd like to see, Dirty Joe get what he got coming to him, but it ain't a fucking bullet. Now his kid, who knows? You know, his kid done did some fuck shit.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know about that.
Smoking that shit again.
But you know, ain't nobody wishing no death on that motherfucker. What the fuck is wrong with you idiots? And for y'all to be talking about, I seen the one that got me, the one that made me open my mouth was somebody said they missed him, but they got one of his supporters, and the reply was, "Well, that's one less idiot that we got to deal with."
That's fucked up.
You dirty bitch.
All right. Well, see, here's where my problem lies with all that shit. Now, for example, you have a teacher that got fired because she said that she was upset that they missed or whatever. And then even locally, right here in Youngstown, we had somebody fired from a Harley Davidson shop because they made a comment. My thing is basically you have a freedom of speech, and that works both ways. It don't matter what that speech is. We've always said, repercussions are the issue. But the thing is, you still have the freedom of speech. So, you can't stop one from doing it and not the other. Because Trump supporters over the years have said some pretty foul fucking shit if you go back and look.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, and that's what I was getting at, because at this point, and because it's so flagrant, the line has been blurred. I always figured that there was a line. And the only time I actually really had a...
Cole said, "Yo, did you hear, or did y'all hear about Trump?" Like 10 minutes into the conversation. Yeah, no, what happened?
What's up, Cole? And Cole, I didn't forget about you on the last show. We was just in a big discussion. I didn't even get to give you a shout out. So shout out to Cole Clayton. Go check him out. He got a bunch of podcasts and shit going on too.
Yeah, I was just checking out. I think it was last night or the night before. They were making some...
I know his mama was out there saying some fuck shit on one of their podcasts. I love you, Cole, but fuck your mama.
That just sounds like even more love.
But yeah, that being said, I just got done, not too long ago talking about, the one news lady who said, was talking about the abortion or whatever. It was abortion rates or some shit like that.
Okay, right.
She was fired from her job. So I mean, one of the main things is, all right, if you're gonna start firing one side, then fucking fire the other side too.
Right.
Now, as far as the whole freedom of the speech goes, I'm all about that. And again, I think there's a fine line, because once I'm not gonna put her name out there because I ain't digging that old shit back up. But we have a mutual friend that somebody took this to the extreme. They took something that they only knew bits and pieces of the story and decided to post it online. And they trolled her. They called her job. They had the newspapers calling her job. They had a fucking ignorant racist motherfucking. I wish I remember the goddamn numbers to that station. Fuck that cunt. I called her. I was on live. I did it for a week straight, Corey. I called that fucking radio station trying to get that woman online to tell me why her opinions was what they were. We just put it like that.
Right.
What a racist fucking ass.
Cole did say, y'all need to come on and be guests. I'm down for that.
I see it.
And then he said, my mama said, strap up, bitch.
That was great.
I'll be Cole's new daddy.
Wow.
Better watch it.
You might want to be careful. She might have said, "I'll strap up." You might be in some trouble.
No, she missed her month for that. That was last month.
That's fucking horrible.
What is this? See, man, using this other equipment, man. I can't connect to none of these chats or nothing. I can just read it. Fuck it. So, so at this point, I mean, if you're going to cancel one, you cancel the other. But just being on the more conservative side, yeah, we've said some fuck shit. I mean, there's been some, not as much as the Democrats, though. Like, like Trump
Oh,
supporters.
I thought you were talking about Upside Down Studio.
No.
Yeah.
Trump supporters have said some dumb shit here and there, but it wasn't to the extreme of not only the Democrat supporters but the higher ups themselves. I don't know who's bored and blessed. Amy Ranch. Who's Amy Ranch? Sounds like a hooker.
No clue.
Nah, if you listening, baby, you good. But
I'm
the
not
whole-
that bored and you're not that blessed. What's that?
Cool.
But how am I going to keep it there?
You just hold your titty the whole time. We have a little technical difficulties. We got another one of the
Bro.
hosts that come
Yeah,
into the show.
I'm gonna step out for a minute
Yeah, you gonna tape his titty?
and get Jared set up here.
Is the sound back on? Look, he done turned the sound up.
See, y'all need me.
Look, I come to a new studio so I don't get censored out of my own studio, and I got censored again.
Find a producer.
But if you listen to a lot of the political heads, they're pushing the rhetoric more than anything. And I mean, Trump said go protest peacefully, and there was a riot, and he's still catching hell for that. But what's that one senator who looks like James Brown? She's from California. She got she does. She looks just like James Brown. That or the dude from Star Wars with the big eyes. It's a trap. She tells people, get up in their face, cause a ruckus, start a fight.
Well, I can go over there with him.
Yeah.
Come on, bud.
Wouldn't that be a whole
I
lot
don't know
easier?
what the hell
Yeah,
you
you
doing.
can.
There was Nancy Pelosi talking about, I don't know why there's riots all the time. And you got Fredo, who said protests were supposed to be, quiet,
you're right.
nice and polite. I mean, and these videos have been played constantly. So I mean, it is both sides. I was talking about when they played whack-a-mole with Pelosi's husband's head. It happens. But I ain't trying to cancel nobody. I ain't trying to put nobody off their job. And I did snap.
You're
on
muted,
the first.
bro. We're all muted.
No, you're
Greg's the only one that's not.
right.
Yeah, because we're running these mics,
Right.
not separate mics.
Oh. So those are all Greg.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good.
So
One of those for you.
and again, the only real thing I got against is, like I said, I had a real good friend of mine, and they took some misinformation to the extreme, and she lost her job, and she was harassed, her family was harassed over a bunch of bullshit.
Is that Cole's mom?
I'm thinking so.
Okay.
It's what? Who what?
It says raunchy at the ass end of it, so I'm thinking.
Oh, my God. You picking fights with that person maybe came on to be a fan and you just instantly God, you have this personality that just
So
He just
I'm glad Big Sniz is here. We're gonna introduce which one is this? Whichever mic is right over. It looks like a giant cock right in his fucking face.
I mean, no, it actually, look, I'm looking at it, and literally, it looks like a microphone's blocking me. It doesn't look anything like a penis. It looks like a fucking microphone's in the way.
Here,
Literally, that's what it looks like.
A penis. It looks like Robo Penis.
No,
it looks like RoboCop is teabagging.
Listen, I've told you this before, and it's true. If you go looking for it, you're gonna find it. That's why you always see gay and dicks everywhere. Because that's all you go looking for is gay dicks.
That's why. It's just like
you see way more gay dicks than I do.
Greg, that's why it's in the algorithm, right? It's just in the algorithm.
It's not in my algorithm. Although, what did start showing up that I was like, these sons of bitches. Oh, franchise opportunities with Bobby Flay for a Bobby Flay, like a Bobby Flay burger joint. And I'm like, what the fuck? They know me. Right. So I watch a lot of Bobby Flay shit on TV when I can't sleep. When I get I watch a lot of grilling shows.
Yeah, it was right next to the cock rings and the butt plugs.
No, man. Totally different network.
All right, so I'm glad you're with us. If anybody don't know, how can you not? We got Big Sniz in the house.
What's up, everybody?
Our resident metal cook.
Metal cook.
The metal cook. He ain't the Iron Chef, but he might be the Steel Chef.
The aluminum chef.
We'll give you Steel. We're in Steel City. We're in Steel City, so we'll give you the Steel Chef.
I'll take it.
The pot iron chef. And Big Sniz got a little bit of tactical knowledge, as well as other various knowledges that could be thrown in here. This big mess of what the fuck happened with the president, or the future president, former president Trump. So there's been a shit ton of stories. Each news channel I've found has had a different story. The only thing that's really confirmed is 2 people injured, 1 person dead.
Yeah. I've confirmed a couple other things because today at break, people just decided to come up to me, and you know how I handle these situations. I might have my knee-jerk reaction,
right,
that I shared with the group privately, because that's what it is. It's just a knee-jerk reaction. I have no facts or anything to back it up with. And before I form an actual opinion, I kind of wait till I can get some information.
Yeah, that's why we're talking about this now.
I don't know why these guys came up to me, because I haven't said a goddamn thing about nothing. But he came up to me today telling me all about how, CIA, man, they had their hands on this kid beforehand. This kid was an operative, man. And you know what? I'm telling you, the only reason here's why Trump's alive, bro. Because he got right with God, man, and Jesus, man, literally grabbed his head
for somebody to say it.
And turned it and said, "Here, I'm gonna save you. It's just gonna touch your ear. That way we won't fuck up your pictures.
We're gonna let you know."
Literally, is what the dude told me.
You know.
He said, "Jesus told Trump we're gonna save your face so we don't fuck up your pictures."
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I was like, "Oh my God, please don't be stuck out here all 15 minutes with me. I can't handle this."
Oh my goodness! Oh my. Now the bad thing is there's people out there that was like, the devil stopped that bullet from hitting him.
I know. And listen, you brought up tactical knowledge, and I mean,
we're gonna get to that because there's a lot of
mine's in a very different venue and format than this, but you have a working knowledge of things. But I've actually got a Facebook acquaintance, friend of a friend, who has tons of experience. He was actually the Army's OIC, the officer in charge of the Superdome during Katrina. So this guy knows what he's talking about. So I've paid attention to everything this cat has said. Well, he literally did it for 20 years in the fucking Army. This guy knows what he's doing.
Right. Well, first of all, so all these people that are knocking these Secret Service agents, first of all, there's been some behind the scenes, and there's been words of he had pretty much a
ragtag bullshit crew.
Yeah, either way. But first of all, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. If a woman is trained to do that job, what are you talking legitimate? We're taking all conspiracies out of it. Correct. If a woman is going through the same training, especially in one of those type of Secret Service agencies or whatever, there is no pussy, there is no dick. There's only your mind, your skill, what you're doing.
Correct.
If you pass that,
people,
then you deserve
people tried
to be
relating this to combat scenarios and stuff, and executive protection is not the same thing as combat.
Now, I did see a few things that were a little bit silly, but I've never been in. I've been security before, but nothing like that.
Now, I have done private.
Yeah,
I have done private security,
and
before.
I've sure as fuck never been in a situation like that. Like they were trying to talk shit about the one girl who couldn't holster her gun. You could tell she was nervous.
I'm going
You
to
could
tell you
tell
right
what was
now.
going on. But look, that
Listen,
was the least of the fucking worries.
These are the same people that will suck any cop's dick too. And let me tell you, 80% of every shot fired by a police officer misses its fucking target. 8 out of 10 shots don't hit where they're aiming.
Yeah.
Okay? These guys aren't Rambos. You guys watch too many fucking movies and television shows and think that your law enforcement are those people. They are not. They don't train. Listen, I know private citizens that train more than law enforcement officers do.
Right. Fuck, I know people right now that fucking train more than law enforcement do. Now, the one caveat to that is the Secret Service is supposed to be a little bit higher trained, but
not for,
I mean,
like, dude, they're not. It's not fucking. What the fuck was it? Olympus Has Fallen. Like those kinds of fucking those. Any of the like battle rattle fucking Secret Service are a very specialized fucking unit.
Right.
Most Secret Service agents are exactly like most FBI agents.
Well,
you know what they are? They've got master's degrees.
Yeah,
and they go away to school to learn law theory and protection theory. Okay, and then they qualify on the range with some bullshit. Most states concealed carry permits run the same programs at the end of the part you got to shoot your way to qualify. It's the same shit the cops do. Okay, you guys do, like, it's not there's no fucking special training. These guys aren't Chuck fucking Norris. They never have been. These guys are glorified bodyguards. Fucking U.S. Marshals are nothing but glorified bounty hunters.
Right.
The movies have fucked every single one of you people out there, and your opinion on the matter, if you're looking at it through the lens of what these people are, you're so fucking stupid you shouldn't even have a fucking opinion.
Exactly. And that's what I was getting at. You know, they're making a big issue because the lady said she was more worried about DEI and the whole thing. That, for one, that has nothing to do with any of this. I don't know why she had to throw that in the mix of it. But okay, you had women there. All right, these women were qualified. The women were doing their fucking job. They pretty much, at the end of the day, I'll take it one step further than you. I don't even see them as glorified bodyguards. They're glorified meat shields. That's all they are. They are fucking
That's what a
meat
bodyguard
shields,
is.
You know?
Speaking of
let me tell you something. When I did executive protection, like it's kind of known.
Yeah.
If you can't neutralize the threat, you got to get in the way, homie.
Yeah.
Like, that's your job.
So, speaking of meat protection, how about the chick that was hiding behind Trump when all the shooting?
That was the best one.
Yeah.
Dude, everybody slumped over him to fucking shield him, and that bitch
It was the same
he
chick.
couldn't
It was
holster her
the
weapon.
same one.
Yeah, that is the one that, like, okay, but see, here's the other thing. You can do all the drills you want. You can fucking do all the fucking horseshit training that these motherfuckers supposedly do, which is about a 20th of what you see in any movie. And then you have no clue what happened. You can even do live fire drills, bro. But in the back of your mind, you know you're not going to die. There is nothing until you have your feet on the ground
Like
and
Tyson
you
said.
hear that report of that.
Everybody got a
crack.
plan until they get hit.
Right.
That's it.
Everybody,
Now,
listen, and remember back to when we were younger. We grew up in areas where we heard gunshots and shit
Right,
all
yeah.
the time.
All
So
day.
we were desensitized to it. We knew it. But what happened the first time it like happened in front of you?
He was like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
like you same fucking
ground.
thing. Yeah, you were like, God damn, that's right here.
see, now, this is another thing on that, though. There's only been a still photographs, and it's only one of that woman. So you don't know really if that woman was
I don't know what she
crouching
did.
down to take position.
No clue
It could
what
have
she
been.
did.
Yeah, nobody knows that. All
I ain't
that,
got a clue,
you know,
and I don't care.
all I see is look at her hiding. Could have been, but we don't fucking know. We don't
Snapshot in
fucking
time,
know.
bro. Snapshot in time.
Exactly.
Plus, here's the other thing. Who knows what percentage of any still images, especially still images, we see
That are even real these days.
not even 100% real. You know what I mean? Like, we got no clue. You know, you almost can't believe your eyes, you know? Like, a picture's not worth 1,000 words anymore.
Not anymore.
Mm-mm.
Not anymore.
No, you know, we have some mutual friends, and
No, we don't.
Some of the theories that come out of the it's like
yeah.
you're losing so much credibility because every single little thing you just
Yeah.
wop wop wop.
Like I get hit with a bunch of shit, and I got to kind of filter through it. Like, dude, man, I mean, I'm there with you, but this is a little ridiculous. And if I'm telling you it's ridiculous,
And Marco's like,
Yeah,
ain't
I'm
no
like-
motherfucking
yeah,
way.
I'm like, wait a minute, dude.
That shit is way out of hand.
If
It's real bad.
it done went
Right.
out of my field, you need to stop and take another look at what the fuck. Because I'll scratch the surface. I see that little nick in the corner and keep scratching it. So, but these motherfuckers, that could be a polished diamond. And they're still like, no, look, Jesus told you to.
I don't know, man.
All right, so, but here's a big thing that the first thing that threw me off about it all. I mean, besides it even happening, the night it happened, the BBC and Australian news had interviews with at least 3-4 people already. They had the name of the shooter already. They had the whereabouts. They had knowledge of the 2 cops, one of which bailed, that fucking confronted the dude who never told him. The same fucking night the BBC. Now the next day we had to wait till damn near noon
2 days.
to even get a name of the kid because they have DNA database.
Dude, it's been 3 days and you just told me the name of it. And I've been watching the news every morning.
What you got going on there?
Okay, speaking of DNA database, so I just heard that BlackRock, was it BlackRock or Vanguard? I think it was Black.
That
Just acquired that DNA site that everybody sends their shit to. It don't matter to me. I've been to prison, so my DNA's on file.
Yeah.
Like my shit's on file. My shit's been
I
on
was
file.
in the military. I got all vaccines and my shit
Shit's
is
on file.
They got about 100 out of me.
Yeah, right. So it don't there's nothing I can do about it now. It's on file.
Yeah. See, now,
So, but I've never voluntarily been like, yo.
See, now, this is what kind of jacked me up, though, about it. I always thought, I guess maybe it's just me being naive about the whole system, but I always thought these DNA databases were like rape, from rapes and shit like that.
They are. They're from, but now, no, they're from anything.
Yeah, now
What they do to justify it during incarceration is because, they can track you there in the prison if you do anything. But now you're in that system. So, bro, I can't commit not that I want to anyways. I mean, I'm fucking, I'm old and well retired.
Lies.
No, bro, ain't no lies there, dude. The number's disconnected. The business is folded. Nope.
Well, it hit me at first because that was the first thing that came to my mind when the Americans said they had a hit on the database, the DNA database. I'm like, well, was he a serial rapist or something?
He could have been any basic.
And it was just a basic, it was like you said, it was like a medical shit.
Wasn't he
when he was a baby? Yeah.
That's what I heard.
And now, here's another weird thing. Now, local that I've noticed, not only has the foreign news been more accurate and more coming.
It almost
quicker,
always is, bro.
But now the local news, if you start watching the local news channels, they're the ones that are digging deeper into this.
What you some of the ones you got to watch too are the not the NBCs and shit.
It's you got to watch the Al Jazeera's and shit like that.
I'm talking for your domestic news. Is your like your
ABCs,
your Newsies and your Cheddars and your your streaming based news stuff that aren't incorporated into the regular broadcast umbrellas yet.
Marco.
Seem to get. I'm not saying they're not tainted one way or the other. I'm not saying they're impartial,
it's,
but you seem to get more.
It's the independence,
They seem to be able to get a little deeper, a little quicker,
because they don't have that. They actually have to come to their door to tell them to stop instead of just go down to the hallway and tell them to shut the fuck up.
Martha, knock it the fuck off. She ain't gonna smack like a lady that put mushrooms in the gravy for the last time.
So this last one I seen, it was a Butler local news. What's up, Willie? They said that this kid and his family, all of them, were Trump supporters.
Yep.
Now, what contradicts that? There's a video going around, but I'm not quite sure that it's real. But it looks just like this kid, as an older kid, and he's saying, "Fuck Trump, I hate Republicans," something else, and the last thing he says is, "And you didn't get the right person." Now, I don't know where that video came from because they're saying that nothing was on his phone. There was absolutely no social media, no nothing. So I don't know where that video come from, or if it's even real.
Listen,
But
here's the problem. And we've been talking about this. I've been saying this for years now, and it keeps escalating. One, we don't have a clue how deep any of this actually goes.
no,
And there's no way we ever will. Things were established and put in place well before the age of the internet and all of that. The access we have now is phenomenal. The problem is, what do we have access to? Do we have access to accurate information?
right. Because
No.
history
Listen.
is written by the winners.
Correct.
So
Not only that, you can Google something on you can search something on 3 or 4 different search engines, and your results will drastically vary on things that are supposedly kind of facts.
well, I think I did a search on the searches before, and there's really only 6 searches, and they're owned by the same 3 companies.
Right.
So I mean,
That's the problem. We have unlimited
there's
access to
their shit.
right. We still don't have any more. We have access to more information than we ever have before,
But it's almost less though.
because the amount of inaccurate and false information is also greater, like much greater, and it bombards you, and they do it intentionally. Like, this goes back to the invention of television, dude. Like, literally from day one, if you watch even the dumb history shows, like, what the fuck are they? Like, the Food That Made America, the whatever, there's one that was the invention of television.
Yeah.
And so I watched it one night, I couldn't sleep, and it's like on the Discovery Channel. It's like, normal, big time, legit. This isn't some small
There's a
little
propaganda machine.
right. Absolutely. Like, they fucking admitted it, and then they tried to be like, well, it isn't now. What the fuck you mean it isn't now?
I mean, everything down to this goddamn cell phone.
Like, it's all tied together now too, and we cannot escape it.
Hey, wait a minute, stop. Because we're kind of late, and I don't have the
Put
put your finger up. Did you
We're
get
not
it?
in the camera.
You can't see shit because you motherfucker dating. Look, there it is.
Touch your tip, Scotty.
All right, so wait. I got a question for you. I
But
have a feeling this show is definitely going to run over an hour. So y'all want to take a break, smoke a cigarette, and come back to all this?
I mean, that helps y'all. I don't smoke, but
Well,
Me either, but
I'm just kidding. I don't give a fuck.
whatever you want to do.
All right, we can roll it. Well, we'll roll it until 10, and then if we keep going, then
Then we'll take a break and we can come back on whatever else.
All right.
I'm down with that.
So
Yeah.
that,
Ralph said you only have access to what they want you to have access to.
He's 100% correct.
Right.
Correct.
100%.
and for all the idiots out there who say it's impossible for this 20-year-old kid to outsmart whoever or to get up there or whatever, just remember a few years back, an elderly old man and his wife got into a hotel in one of the most surveilled places in the world with a fucking army barracks full of ammunition that weighed God knows how many hundreds of pounds. Got it into his room undetected, took out a fucking window and sprayed a crowd and got away with it.
Wow.
Well, he didn't get away with it. He got shot up supposedly,
Yeah.
but he got the job done.
Yeah.
And at the same time, there was shit going on in another building that nobody wanted to talk about. And there was shit going on down the road that was nobody talking about. And there were bullets coming from allegedly helicopters that was going around that nobody wants to talk about. So don't tell me some Yahoo from Butler County couldn't snuck his ass past Buford onto the goddamn roof of the garage and started popping one off.
The audience said he seen him.
Oh, dude, now it's
Yeah, but and again, we don't know how realistic it is, but I've seen video of people like,
yeah, they were like,
well, here's the thing.
look at homie. They're like looking at cops, be like, hey, who's on the roof with a gun?
Right. And the last thing that I watched before all the shit took place today, one of the things that I seen was they had this dude in the video that you sent me. 2 minutes in, they said that they had this cat in their sight an hour before shots went off.
oh, no, it's changed now.
Nope.
They knew about it 3 hours now.
Okay, that just makes it worse.
3 hours.
Okay, but listen,
Way
all right,
worse.
that just makes it worse. That makes it worse. But here's the thing: you have this guy in your sights an hour before shots were fired.
He got it off.
Why in the hell were you? How the hell did you lose him? How did he make it as far as he did?
Well, they're saying now, one excuse that I heard was from one of the local people. They said that they didn't want to fire on because they get, I guess there's a lot of football games and stuff, kids stuff out there. So people, instead of paying for it, they go on the roofs of the building and they watch. So that was one excuse, that they were afraid that they was going to pop a spectator who just was some dickhead who climbed up on the roof. That does not account. I'm taking away from the snipers looking. Because if you got a scope on somebody, you know the difference. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what was being said.
That is not my point.
I am
My
not
point
a trained
is,
sniper.
My point is they said within that hour he was looking at a cell phone and he was looking through a viewfinder or distance finder or whatever, which is like a fucking
I'm
telescope.
telling you what that was being reported. Then
Right.
the next thing that was reported, what's going on with the?
I don't know.
Oh shit! They done did
There
it
we go.
over here now.
Dumb diddly umptious.
Nah, they were,
No.
what the fuck?
No, a little bit scattered.
Oh, it's bad. It's like we're broadcasting from outside.
Right.
Wind blowing.
All right. I
Who
think we're
left the
good.
window
All
open?
right.
But
So yeah, that was the first report, and then they said that the dude had eyes on him, but there's a report going around that the Associated Press is saying false. But he said that he was told to stand down, not to shoot at this dude, and he finally did after the first shot went off, and that dude supposedly got fired. Supposedly his name is Jonathan Willis, but again, they're reporting that that's false.
I have heard so many conflicting reports that I honestly still can't render an opinion because I don't know what actually happened yet.
Nobody.
And the problem is, here's the problem.
One of them.
It's like, okay, I get it. You can't get all the information immediately, right? But there's also a time frame that once you go past it, now everything's had the opportunity to be manipulated, doctored, spun, whatever. So now, like, there's an acceptable time frame of facts and information coming out. And I think we're past that now because we have too much conflicting information still.
All right. It's like almost like the first 48. Once you get past that first 48.
But we have enough video evidence that just fucking throw it up there. Just throw it out there. All of it. Bam. Just all of it. Whoa.
All right.
Just so we have tiles and we can just, like they do in the movies, like the police departments do in the movies where they watch all the fucking video of all the angles and all this. No fucking police department. Maybe Miami, maybe San Francisco, like Los Angeles, like maybe New York, but I doubt it. Like none of that shit exists in police departments.
Here's one for you. This is from the higher up.
And CSIs don't carry guns.
Now this is real. This is true and confirmed.
You ever surprised one in a building? Yeah. The cop comes real fast though when you scare them.
So you know who Alejandro Mayorkas is, right?
Mhm.
He is the head of Homeland Security. So that gentleman right there just told Congress to go fuck themselves because Congress subpoenaed the head of the Secret Service just to question her on what the hell was going on.
Oh boy.
Now, again, this is twice that the head of the DHS is defying Congress, who I thought couldn't be defied by the FBI, the DOJ, the CIA, or DHS. But this is twice now.
Here's the
Mayorkas
problem.
is getting away with it.
Here's the problem with that. The ultimate problem with that. We have too many alphabet windbreaker wearing motherfucking agencies. Like none of these need, like, dude. You want to know who the Department? You want to know who? You want to know who the Department of Homeland Security should be?
The Mexicans.
The fucking Army.
I agree. I agree. I mean, it is in every other country. Speaking of
the fucking Army,
here's another curveball in the story. I want to know if you guys heard of this one.
Oh Jesus!
Because this is the biggest curveball of it all.
It can't be. There's going to be another one coming.
Iran is trying, like, Iran is hinting that they had something to do with this. Fucking Iran, dude. When I heard that, I'm like, oh, now somebody in the our government is doing this. Now you blaming it on Iran? You blaming it on Iran?
No war
Really?
coming.
Really? Now, Iran's already against us because of we're backing the Jews.
Let's not even get started on that dumbass fucking.
Oh, fuck that! The cow. Once I found out about the red cow, that was it. I'm done with that whole situation.
Nobody, like, I will get called so many fucking names. But the truth, the truth of the whole matter is, I mean, a terrorist is a terrorist, and I don't give a fuck who you are.
Sand to sand.
Listen.
Wow.
Listen. Nobody, listen. I've got a very unpopular opinion on a lot of those things, and what people don't understand is I can easily separate things in my mind. Do you realize, like, do you know how many suicide bombers there were, like, before we invaded Iraq and Afghanistan?
Not very many.
Not a whole hell of a lot. But when somebody invades your fucking country, no matter what the fucking reasons for, okay, you can have all the patriotic goddamn reasons you want. We invaded 2 countries. Fucking period. I'm not debating right or wrong. This is psychology of human beings, okay? That's all this is. We invaded them. So even the fuckers who weren't aligned with the fuckers that we wanted, a lot of them got rubbed the wrong way because they didn't want us there.
Yeah, the enemy of my enemy.
Yeah, like, okay, like, you realize, like,
here's one for you. What's brown and red and comes in 5
so,
pieces?
yeah, stop. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
All right.
But it's the whole same thing between Israel and Palestine. Okay, this shit's been going on since Abraham couldn't keep his dick in his fucking pants. They've been fighting over this shit. This is the fucking Ishmaelites and fucking.
What up, CJ?
This is the continuation of that. And you know what? Both sides have done horrific things in the last fucking, I don't know, fucking what, 10 fucking thousand years that they've been doing this? Might not be that long, but you get my drift.
Well,
and so, you know, but the latest, if you have to really pick a something or other, bro, if all of a sudden somewhere around, the civilized age, right around 1940s, somebody just comes in and says, hey, we're kicking your fucking ass out and just making a goddamn country where you fucking live. Fuck you. Don't you think you're going to be a little pissed off?
They've been doing that shit forever for us.
But I mean, that's when the rest of the world said, hey, these motherfuckers get to beat you out and treat you like shit.
See, now this is what I got from when I did the research on it. And again, I try to go back to a lot of people claim about the Abraham and Ishmael thing. And No, that had nothing to do with it.
It has everything to do with it.
Stop. Now, what happened in that whole situation was the Israelis and then all the people that the British people booted out of the other sand lots all gathered up in this one part of the fucking country. So the British came in and the Americans, and there was some.
I'm not saying the Bible had anything to do with it. I'm saying they've been
this
fighting
is how
over
the
this
conflict-
same plot of
right,
land.
Yeah, this is
So-
where this came from. Now, the British pulled the new Palestinian state together, which was a mixture of peoples, and said, hey, we're going to give you this land. So then after a few months, they took the Israel people and said, hey, we're going to give you this land. And each one had to give up a little something on each side. And then once the British, who were the main ones at the time pulling the fuckery, did what they did, then they let it go. Now there's this big battle over this piece of land that one piece people think is theirs and the other people think is theirs. And it all had to do with the fucking British.
I don't disagree that happened, okay? But it's not a coincidence that they have been fighting over that same strip of land since before.
Yeah, so I mean, I got in true equality, fucking nuke it. Get rid of it all. Nobody gets it.
No,
just like King Solomon.
No, fuck
rip
that.
the baby in half.
No, fuck.
Rip the baby in
No,
half.
because I don't give a fuck about the religion of it all. Here's what needs to happen. Every country just needs to be like, okay, you idiots, y'all figure it out.
They were ripping babies in half.
All right. So what do y'all say we take 15 and come back?
Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, 'cause,
I mean, you want to break real bad, so let's take one.
I'm just saying because yeah, we'll be back in 15 minutes, y'all.
All right.
Badge
All right,
still
we
covered up.
are-
Yeah.
Can you hear? You want
back.
Nah, I'm good. I can hear everybody.
Yeah, honestly, you don't even need the headset.
You don't.
this? No, I
Yeah,
don't, because I can hear.
Yeah,
We're all
'cause
here.
ain't nobody
Loud
on.
as
I
shit.
figured other people were joining, so
I can hear y'all right here. Perfect.
right.
Nobody likes us.
Dino got a job. He's background for a real TV show or some show like that.
Oh,
So I'm not sure
Good luck
if
on that.
he's the background or he's in the background.
He's the green screen.
Yeah. Somebody just playing that shit on what's left. See, that's what happens when you lose all that weight. You can stretch out that belly and it's just
It's like a flying squirrel.
yeah. So he's holding his belly flap up like this, and then
They just painted him green.
Oh, fucking Canada! And they're about to fucking boot Trudeau. Did you hear that shit?
I briefly heard that.
Who is that?
Trudeau is the president of Canada.
Oh.
Who has
First time I heard of him.
like he's real wokey and
Oh,
like.
except for that whole blackface he did.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
But I mean, even like the Germans told him to get the fuck out of the old Parliament meeting.
Oh,
Like,
yeah?
they was
Because I know what they're talking about.
oh they yeah. If you got a German telling you gotta go, you've got issues. You just listen.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
fucked up people.
History says you just listen.
Yeah, we
and you
fucked
don't you don't try to poke that bear. But yeah, I guess I
That's
feel
why my
Wednesday-
wife is double blessed. I'm a German Taurus.
Yeah. My dad's from Germany. Pretty nice over there, I guess. Ain't like us over here. They ain't really that much, crybabies.
I hear Germany, man. The thick women out there that are like the tens out there.
It's the truth. I know.
That's the truth.
My dad got pictures of like his yearbook from over there. in high
Sausage
school.
and
Holy
beer,
fuck.
bro. It literally sausage and beer. Sausage in all kinds of forms, and if it's not sausage, it's typically some kind of
Beer.
pork. It's schnitzel, and it's all fried, and actual like real ethnic German food is fucking amazing.
Yes, it is.
We eat what we want to eat and like who we want to like.
It's
Fuck
literally pork and potatoes.
it. Do what we want.
Dude, there was a place downtown me and Thorne went to, man, and the girls were dressed in the fucking like the
Yeah, they look like St. Pauli girl.
like just to see my son's a grown ass man, but to him ogle some tits like a little kid. Oh, it was great. It was fucking great because I mean they had the fucking
Yeah, they
corsets
do the
on
boosty
with
boost.
the-
Yeah.
Woo! And it
Yep.
was the big Amazon white girls with the blah. Yeah, it was like straight out of Disney movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple of them.
Jared's like,
but
fuck my wife's check.
No, shit. Are you kidding me? Every Friday she used to come meet me and a friend of mine up at Club 76 when we knew a bunch of the dancers there, and I'll have dinner up there.
Wasn't that the
Naked
gay-
girl
the gay
sitting
club?
there, naked girl sitting there, naked girl sitting there. We're talking about our kids and soccer schedules and school and shit and having dinner, and that was normal back in the day.
That's still no.
I remember taking Marco to 76.
Yeah, I wanted to go to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Bart's
great.
birthdays. You remember
Yeah.
Bart's birthdays in 76?
Yeah, that's what I took him to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And then, of all people, Thorne got kicked out because he was too young. Not Marco, but I made sure Marco had some titties thrown on him. But he was loving it.
Right in his face, huh?
Look, don't let that kid fool you.
Nah, yeah.
Marco loves some titties.
Yeah,
He
I know.
just, I see the look on his face, like, because like even Joyce brought it to my attention when Joyce used to be his caregiver. Like fucking all the little skinny chicks would come up, give Mark a hug, and he'd be like,
Yep.
just get that little side. Let some
You get a
titties
girl
come
with some
by.
pillows?
He's getting motorboating. He's hugging. He's
Yeah.
grabbing side booty. I looked at him the one
They
time,
were
I
all
was
like that.
I'm like, boy, don't think I don't see what you doing.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
Hurry up.
He pulled a quick one. You gotta let
I
him
mean,
get away
that's,
with it.
Don't look so obvious, goddammit.
Take the grin off your face.
Yeah.
Right.
Made his fucking day.
Right.
We don't have an abstract in the studio.
Here you go.
Yeah, there's somewhere.
We got an empty can. We're good.
No, you got one right there.
Homie, man.
Fuck that can.
All right. So outside,
I ain't trying to make no holes.
this is part 2 of what the fuck happened on the Trump rally.
Yeah, because that's all we've been on today.
The same thing that's been happening and going to continue to happen.
So,
There's some fuckery
just
on one side or the other. Probably both.
Yeah, it might be.
Probably
I
both.
feel like this is a perfect storm of fuckery.
It 100% has to be, because there are so many breakdowns and so much, like, it even defies common sense, bro.
Now, like you said, is that by design though?
Here's the thing. Like, I'm all for conspiracy theories, but I've always just been a realist at the end of the day.
Right.
I also understand human nature. And bro, there's plenty of people who want him dead.
Yeah.
Not even for political reasons. Maybe we're looking at this all wrong.
Oh, dude, I got my own.
I mean,
listen.
If here, I'm going to go quote a show that I watched that I just said, if you watch these shows, they're full of shit. I know it's full of shit, but it was a great show. Gibbs rules, man. Any NCIS fans out there know there's no such thing as coincidences. Okay? And you can't tell me that it's just a little fucking screwy about this whole commercial thing with this fucking kid. One of the most powerful fucking companies in the entire fucking universe.
I don't know about that, because at this point, I mean, just about everything is being touched by. I'm not even gonna say the names of the things.
Yeah, but back then, it still was, but not like that. That's an intimate touch. That's not a 7 degrees of separation.
I did a commercial for a sheriff one time, and I never had connections like that. I mean,
that's a sheriff. Yeah, that's not that company.
Yeah, but it wasn't even like
that company owns the sheriff.
Right, but what I'm saying is, it wasn't like BlackRock came out and said that. I know. That
fucking cocksucker says, I ain't gonna name no names. I didn't want to say a company because it's gonna get it. Now we're all gonna get. No,
but I mean, the whole fact of the matter is they didn't come out and say, all right, this is BlackRock, or we're gonna have these kids talk. It was a company that was owned by BlackRock or had some kind of association with BlackRock. Which again,
I'm not saying it's a direct line,
right? But
I'm saying there are no such thing as coincidences.
I don't think
and there are too many.
Jared, move your left a little bit, man. I see your.
Oh yeah, now that I'm yeah. I just don't believe in coincidences. I'm also not sitting here because I've listened to somebody give that exact direct line of, okay, so boom, they had him they had him tagged and identified, and the whole sleeper fucking kind of some bullshit or fucking like I listened to the whole fucking thing because I do that. I listen to everything, and I listen to him explain it very thoroughly, very convincingly, and use some facts in tying things together. The problem is he used so few facts that other facts can refute.
Right. That
I'm like, okay.
We'll see.
If I'm sitting here, if I just like you, if I'm listening to it, and it's one thing if I'm listening to it and I go, that means it's a little out there, but you brought enough up that I at least got to look further into it, right? I listened to it all and was like, I always knew you were fucking crazy. I always knew you were. I held out hope that maybe one day you would just like poof be normal.
I got one of my dudes like that. But I mean, he'll come out and everything will sound good, and I'm like, I'm ready to start it, and then you'll just go south with it, and I'm like, oh, you just ruined it all.
You fucking crazy.
You almost had me. You ruined it all.
So I don't believe in direct, but I believe there's no such thing as coincidences.
So here's the new. Well, one of the things were being thrown out by the Secret Service, that from the place that kid chose supposedly to use as his point of contact, we'll just say, that should have been a spot where the Secret Service our Secret Service should have been planted there. And the reasoning that we're given by our Secret Service that we did not have snipers up there is because of the slope of the building. It caused a danger, a hazard to the snipers. That was a pretty flat top. Anybody who knows roofs, anybody who knows barns, anybody who knows garages.
That is not a steep incline.
Not at all. Actually, somebody did a test with a cow walking across that same incline. And the cow walked back down the other side.
I mean, here's the other thing.
And then
like,
the Secret
Homie
Service
was smart enough at least to wear white on a white roof and be like pasty white.
Yeah.
Now, I mean,
but the thing was,
I should have camouflaged the gun a little bit.
even if, all right,
I mean,
I can see.
I'm not giving instructions to anybody or anything. I'm just saying everybody's seen a movie or two.
Well, you heard about him going through the metal detectors, right?
Movies.
He made it through the metal detectors, but he was acting sketchy around the metal detectors. So that's why they said they started watching him an hour or 3 ahead of time. Supposedly, his car was left so many miles down the road and had explosive devices in it. But also, they said he rode in on a bicycle and had a backpack and some other shit with him, which they found the bicycle, the cell phone. I guess there was it looked like a remote control from an 80s VCR, which they're trying to say was a transmitting device. Like, no lie, it looked like a clicker. It didn't even. That's what we used to call them back in the day. It was a clicker.
Because it clicked when you pushed the buttons.
But did you actually look at it?
Yeah.
Like, it only had numbers.
Yeah,
there was no selection. There was no power.
Back in the 80s, there was none of that. You had to get up, turn the TV on, and then you sat down with the clicker.
I understand that, but there was no remote that only had just fucking numbers for a TV or VCR or anything like that.
Listen, so did Homie make it?
Huh?
Did Homie make it?
I don't fucking know. But
well, they said that now they're saying that he has explosives at his house too, but
it don't sound right.
No, because also his dad is saying that he called in.
Technically, if you have the shit to clean your kitchen,
you have explosives,
and your bathroom, you have explosives in your house,
right?
Especially if you just happen to have a little bit of gasoline in the garage,
right?
If you own a lawnmower and cleaning supplies,
here's something else that don't sound right.
His dad they at least get you for our tools of arson.
They said his dad said that he called in like a few hours before everything and reported that his son was gone and that he's missing a gun and some bullets.
Because it was illegally obtained.
Right. So then they're saying that he bought rounds right before he went to their AR bullets. 6.62. Fuck, I had this written down. Because that was the first thing I was checking, because they always love saying an AR-15 and check the round.
I'm like, because an AR can
NATO
be
bullets. The NATO bullets.
5.56.
Maybe. It's because it's the same ones that I've seen.
It typically comes chambered in a 5.56 if you're getting the big gun, or it can be chambered as low as a 22 and be chambered in 9mm, 45.
Right. But it was
I had a nice 45 caliber one that matched.
It was a higher caliber.
The handgun.
And I just remember them saying it was the NATO bullets.
Then that'd be a 5.56.
But why, if you brought bullets from home, why'd you go buy more bullets?
I mean,
right before you got there.
If you got to make it escape, you got to make it escape. Maybe you realize you didn't have enough bullets.
That gun wasn't fully automatic.
It doesn't matter if it's fully automatic or not.
Yeah, if you make an escape, you're going to get a few off like Kyle. But if you'd have got mobbed, you're fucked. You're not making your escape. That kid, I don't think, was making that escape. I think he'd have broke his ankle jumping out the top of that roof.
As long as it was semi-auto, he was equipped just as law enforcement there. They don't have
the way automatic. Everything's playing out now.
It's not like they're popping out with Dracos. Only crack dealers have those motherfuckers.
I could fucking imagine just the way everything's playing out that the Butler cops would have jumped up on top of the roof, slipped and fell, the kid would have jumped off the side, and it was so high he might have broke his ankle, and then because that's pretty much the only amount of fall, and then he'd fucking try to make a way and maybe shot himself in the leg with the gun. This is sounding that Mickey Mouse-ish to me, dude.
I don't even know, because like I said,
or did you hear about the water tower?
I heard that somebody said,
They heard shots coming from the water tower, and they were clearing people away from that area. Just like there's videos of the Secret Service clearing people away from behind Trump before he got shot. Like making them duck and get down before shots were heard. And then there's also and this is the real weirdest thing, like, because it's just odd. I don't know if a lot of people are saying it could be a lady giving the signal, or it's just, I don't know what it is. There's a chick to the right of Trump, and she's wearing a white hat and sunglasses, and she has a something for Trump sign. It's a little one. And she looks up, she smiles, she holds the sign up, puts the sign back down. Trump gets shot. As Trump's getting shot, she has her phone already out with a smile, videotaping everything. As Secret Service is flying in and everybody is going nuts, she's sitting there with a smile, fucking taping it. Like, that's the weirdest one to me. Like, who was she?
that's odd.
Who was she? I want to know who that woman was. Because either she was totally oblivious, because I could see like maybe somebody being stoned.
Great. So here's your mission if you choose to accept it.
Oh, that sounds like work.
Yeah. Find out who the chick in the hat was.
Marco is going to send you.
I gotta find
it. Because we can't make Greg look for all the footage.
Yeah.
Marco's going to send you as much real-time footage, as many angles, everything we can, every fucking thing we can get.
Okay.
I've been sending them all to a lot of them to the thing.
Right.
I just want footage.
Okay.
And then let's watch it. Put it together so we can watch it in some kind of order.
Okay.
And then we'll all watch this motherfucker.
I'm down. I can do that.
And we'll write down we'll ask our questions. Let's fuck it. It's literally all you can do. That is literally all we can do is look at it from every fucking angle. And then this is exactly what law enforcement is supposed to be doing. And then we take the shooter and drill down on him and figure out every single fucking thing we can about him.
All right. I'm down. I'm down. I'm down.
And then we'll see what pops up from that. Because there's going to be, that's enough to start with, because we're immediately going to go, like, we're going to find, like that chick Marco's talking about. Obviously, we see that, and we're going to go, oh, we got to drill down on this broad. Who is this?
Mm-hmm.
Let's find out where she went to fucking elementary school.
Right. I'm down.
Trump videos. I'm trying to find side by side. I think maybe redacted.
Like, you trying to do all this tonight?
No.
I was about to say.
Oh, yeah. I'm over here looking like,
dear God, no, we don't have time to do that. That's going to take time.
That's why I was asking, because I
see
him over there.
They do have side by side.
Frantic and shit. I got to get footage. I got to get
footage. When you're laying there tonight and can't go to sleep, put it on some files and get it to Greg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right.
Yeah,
we'll break this down.
That's the one thing I find. And now, since we're getting pretty close to,
I'm not a big old detective or anything, but I mean, I know what to do on a manhunt.
So
let's treat it like one. Let's just drill down on this shit and figure out what the fuck's going on.
Here's my conspiracy, I guess, thought. This is what I was thinking when I was stoned and watching all this bullshit and take place and unfold. So what if the wrong person didn't get hit? What if the person that was supposed to get hit got hit?
You talking about the dad?
Yeah. So let's just say what, because they said, they kept.
I mean, I'm open to a theory of something like that, but I mean,
so just listen to this. So
Do
I'm
we
not
got
saying
anything
too much
credible
about
on the
any
dad?
background except he was super dad, and he died that way. I'm not taking that away from him. This is just something I thought up when I was high. So this seems no offense, and this takes away nothing from the prayers and everything.
I know
from
when
that family.
people speak of people posthumously, usually they're sainted, but I mean, this guy, from any of the info I've read at all, was
So now, what if
right. I
like
mean,
listen, that is
man,
a small town.
Firefighters and cops aren't the same
that
thing.
was a
You know what I'm
younger
saying?
dude.
Firefighters are.
What if that dude
some
was
special
messing
folks.
around with dude's old lady? They had something going on in the background. He saw dude out with his wife. He flipped. He was out shooting because he was a member of the gun range. He had no fucking intention.
Wait, we're
on
talking about whose old lady?
Maybe the dude who was the shooter was fucking around with the fireman's old lady. He said he saw a dude out with his wife, flipped out. Maybe it was one because they kept trying to push this whole small town thing.
Okay,
So
listen. Is there any substantial or credible information to this
at all? None.
Okay.
There's none.
Like, is there somebody would have to have some kind? There would have to be some kind of time.
Real. This is for entertainment.
This isn't 1952 anymore. Affairs are never secret anymore. It's impossible.
But this ain't secret no more
because of these.
Right. So just this. Here's the rest of my theory.
They can never be secret ever again because of the technology.
He saw this chick out with the dude. He was already coming or going to the gun range. He flipped out, grabbed his gun, knew there was the two local Keystone cops watching that building. So he knew how to get up on the building, and he took a pot shot, and he took out who he intended to. And now Trump is trying to capitalize on an accident.
Who were the injured?
The two injured, David Dutch and James Copenhaver. And then
have we gotten any confirmation?
Yeah.
Today I got confirmation of them too.
No. Have we got any confirmation from?
Yeah, no, it's not.
Okay,
yeah,
it is no.
Okay,
I didn't want to say nothing.
That's
you know what I'm saying.
That's the first report to those two.
Right. Thank God that's not. I mean, it's still. I'm still not cool with anybody. I'm still not cool that they got injured, but I mean, thank God it's not our homies' homie.
I called him.
We covered all
but
that.
The weirdness, like I was telling Greg, the weirdness of that was guys was the same name as his dad.
Yeah,
as his dad.
Let's just not say anymore.
Right.
We're trying to. You are fucking horrible at this. Like, you talking about being a badass fucking criminal? You can't keep your mouth shut for fuck. God damn, you would absolutely get two to the back of the head.
I wouldn't do that.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Wow. I wouldn't do that shit. I just pay somebody to do it for me.
Motherfucker. He's just naming names all over the fucking place.
Right.
I'm not going to say the name. Blah.
Here is the GPS coordination.
Jesus fuck.
Keep the
pure. You know why the mob can't stand? You know why we can't have the mob anymore? Because of people like you.
Keep it pure, man.
Oh shit!
And this is all allegedly, and that story was just some bullshit I made up. There's no facts to that story. There's no research to that story. And that story is actually quite offensive. But I mean,
the theory. Here's the other part of it.
It just seems more realistic than what we're being told.
Here's a very similar, just slight paradigm shift of that is just. Maybe the wrong guy still got shot, but he still wasn't the intended target. Maybe the actual intended target that was in that general area.
Yeah, because there was a lot of high caliber donors there. Nobody realizes how many other people were in that crowd.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you need all the angles you can get so you can start smacking faces of who's around that.
Right.
Who's in the line of fire.
Right.
Around those people. I want
to know who the bitch in the white hat
not just Trump. Who's in the line of fire around things.
That's why we need to get...
Are there any other political figures?
Right,
Are there any other high power or high money individuals?
Right,
dude, there was a video that I seen that had like one of the candidates that was with JFK or some shit that was standing in the crowd
I
behind
mean, RFK.
or whatever. I don't fucking.
Well,
But-
JFK's dead.
All right.
So
Anyhow,
if he's there, we got a whole different conspiracy theory we got to talk about.
Yeah, that's a whole new show.
There's a
Right.
whole. We ain't
Right.
got time for that shit tonight.
right. But anyhow, but you understand what I'm
work tomorrow.
saying. So again, this is why we need to get, like he said, get all the
Yeah, we'll
footage we
get the side
can
by
Right.
side.
and
There's
study
so
every
many-
fucking thing.
And I'm telling you, for the first round of it, we're gonna have triple the questions to answers.
Oh
we
yeah,
get.
dude. The
Easy.
Pac-Man, the
Maybe
Pac-Man
5
alone.
times.
The Pac-Man alone.
From that episode, we'll all be able to walk away with an assignment on an area to drill down on, because there's going to be enough. I'm telling you.
right.
I
And
guarantee
listen,
the story.
I
is
bet
gonna
we will
split
come up
4
with
times.
more information, not than the actual people investigating are coming up with, because they've already done this and they have unlimited resources at their disposal to do this. But the information is not getting to us.
Yeah.
We're going to be slower, but we'll at least have accurate information.
Right. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm down with that
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, fuck it.
That would. I really want to know who the chick is. Even
You
if
bring,
it
I
was
want
a
to know now
coincidence.
because I didn't know about that, but I mean,
Even
that's
if
a
it's
very interesting.
coincidence,
If we
but-
see, there are no such things as coincidences. I'm telling you this.
she's literally it's like she's chilling there, and then all of a sudden she goes.
I mean,
Like right there, like right there. And then another weird thing
she
to
could
me
be a
is
co-conspirator.
there's a famous
could be
picture
some
going out.
Adderall whacked out fucking Trump supporting housewife.
There's a video going around.
We don't know until we check it out.
The bullet whizzing by Trump's head, and it don't look like it's coming from the front. Like I feel like this is the whole Kennedy thing. You know, it doesn't look like up and to the left or down and to the left. This looks like it's coming from back and to the right. Like from the bullet looks like it's coming from behind him.
What movie was that? Ain't you ever seen that movie?
JFK.
Where they curve the bullets?
Oh, one of
Oh,
I
that-
just watched that last
Yeah. Remember they were like, you know, they'd fucking do that weird thing where they fucking curve the fucking bullet.
Rick has the pig and then
Yeah, bam. Maybe they did some of that bullshit.
That's when you get. That's when
Bullet
you're on
benders.
acid and you watch too much of the Matrix.
Or
We're gonna do Matrix,
Avatar.
but it's gonna start.
Bullets are
wiggling.
lead, so wouldn't an earthbender be able to move them?
Harry Potter could do that. I mean, Bruce Leroy used to stop him with his teeth.
Bruce Leroy.
You remember that? Who's the master? Shown up.
Show enough.
All right. Well, we done ran this a half
way
hour
over.
long, and I appreciate you guys coming.
Oh
Corey,
man,
Big
I'm
Sis, Mama
glad to be able to
Sis,
see everybody. Been a hot minute.
All
Greg.
right.
Look like we got some homework to do in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
I got some upcoming live shows this weekend and next weekend and the weekend afterward, I think. So check them out. I posted the flyers and shit and how to get tickets for the events on Upside Down Studios and my own personal page. With that being said, y'all be good to each other and don't believe what you hear. We out.